Okay, number 8. Once hands started flying, all hell broke loose. Do you think Erica openly admitting to going after every man Malia had been interested set her off? Yes, Lord. Or do you think it was her saying she planned to sleep with Chan that took her over the edge? Now, I said this earlier, on this recording. Brother Chan, I think that set that off. Because Malia doesn't, right now, she's stuck on Chan. So Malia ain't playing about Chan. And so her bringing up that she smashed, every dude that she was interested in or whatever, it's like, okay, whatever, because those guys ain't part of my life. I don't talk to them, blah, 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 whatever. But Chan, especially the way she feels about Chan right now, it's like, nah, you ain't touching that one. So I don't think she cared about the other dudes, but when she talked about going after her precious little Chan, that definitely ignited some things. She's like, oh no, not that one, sis. Not that one. Because that's somebody she's involved with right now, somebody she's dealing with. She ain't gonna care about dudes in the past, F Erica and F them. But right now, this is something that's important to her. It means a lot to her. And for Erica to threaten to try and destroy that, it's like, oh, okay, B. So you really don't give it a okay, so let me show you something real quick. Let me show you something. Me and my girl's gonna show you. So I honestly think it had to do with Chan. Think about it. Erica's been messing with Malia for years, doing different kind of stuff. That didn't bring down his beat down. But, she said the magic words, the trigger word for this conversation was Chan. And then she reacted differently. So I think her threatening to try and mess up anything between her and Chan took her over the edge, because she obviously knows that Chan means a lot to her. She's like, oh, that's important to you too? Okay, I'm gonna crush that, just like she did dinner and anything else having to do with Malia. So, yeah, Chan, brother Chan.
Well, I think Malia has been a ticking time. Excuse me. Malia has been a ticking time bomb for quite a long time. Erica's just been a thorn in her side for so many years, and I don't think Malia is threatened by Erica saying anything about her relationship with Chan. She knows she doesn't have a chance with Chan. I don't think she's threatened by her at all. I think Malia just wants her to shut the hell up. And then her saying Chan's name, it just enraged her. But I don't think it's because she felt threatened. The relationship between her and Chan is threatened. Erica doesn't stand a chance. Chan is on a different level. He's not even looking twice at a female like Erica, but I just think Malia is just like, she heard Chan's name. She's like, oh no, you don't speak on my life. Just shut the hell up, So I think that was just what just caused her to explode.
I fully agree. I just think, I don't think Erica has a chance with him. Because again, if he was interested in her, he could have went after her at the club. I mean, she literally was throwing herself, asking the man if he wanted to take shots out of her cleavage, and he didn't want none. So yeah, you remember that? It was like the music was really loud, and she gonna speak over to him like, did you want to take a shot out of my cleavage? She was like, no, I'm good. And she was just so frustrated that he wasn't paying attention. So the opportunity, if he was interested in her, the opportunity was there for him to go after her. He wasn't interested in her. He wasn't interested in her. So, what the tipping point was, I think it was just like a slap in her face. She's already been chased through the parking lot, by Chris. I mean, if you think about, this week has been a really particularly bad week. Wednesday night, she goes over to her homeboy's house to ask questions about a guy who seems to just be all over. I mean, really, she's had a bad week if you think about it, because she's had that whole speed dating thing, and then God and Mike and Hector, or Andres, whoever, bothered her, and she got this really great date that she went on afterwards, right? And then He didn't ask for her phone number, and she felt kind of stupid. And then a couple days go by, and she's like, I'm gonna hit the homeboy up and ask him a couple questions. Get over to his place and got lit. And then it caused a whole, firestorm. And showing up at the boutique, here comes April walking in, ready to fight. And so now everybody knows about that. Then later on that day, she goes on to the bridal shower from hell, and that doesn't go well. So, and then now you have Chris, who's just, I would have been like, this is the worst week ever, and I'm not leaving the house. I would have just been like, forget the graduation at this point. Everything else has been leading up to this point. This is an omen. This is a bad sign. There's more to come, right? She's just been going through so much. This woman has been through hell in the last few days, and people have just been trying her, and she's like, you know what? I'm done with you. You're disrespecting me now. This guy that I really like, because I wouldn't have spent my evening talking to him if he wasn't somebody that I wanted to get to know. Now you're letting me know. I'm going to have him too. Like, just nothing is sacred. Anytime, any type of way that you can hurt me, you're going to hurt me. My sister had a friend years ago when they were teenagers in the 90s. This chick had a thing for everybody else's man. She would meet somebody, and even if the guy wasn't talking to the other girl, like, she kind of looked kind of like boyish, but she was like, I don't care, because I got something you want. And so she would literally, like, they be at the mall, they meet guys, and she'd be like, well, let me get your phone number. And the guy would be like, well, I'm talking to her, and I'm and she's like, oh, we could just, like, be friends. And the guy would be like, okay. He would reluctantly, like, give out his phone number. This broad would literally show up a couple days later, like, I slept with that guy that you were liked at the store. She always did that. So then, of course, you're like, well, I don't want to talk to him now if he slept with you. But I guess she didn't feel like she could compete in terms of looks. So she was like, I got a package for you if you're interested in it, And then, yeah, she did it with everybody to the point where everybody was just like, leave her alone. Nobody wanted to hang out with her. Because if you brought a guy around, she was always like just going out of her way to flirt, and it was a lot. It was a lot. Alicia, you know who it is, because she used to always say little stupid stuff about. You would say she would just come over to the house and just. I'm not going to say her name on here, but
Right.
You would just be like, she went out of her way to try to make you feel bad about yourself. Why you have the hair bun like that? And yeah, her. It was her. She and Alicia was like, why is she so hell bent, on not liking me? She didn't like herself. So now she's picking at children, right? She didn't like herself. She used the only thing that she felt like would get her some attention, which was her box. And it was really, really sad. It was just really, really sad. She was another person who came from an extremely abusive, I guess, environment, and decided she was going to take it out on everybody else. So I've stopped dealing with her years ago because she wasn't just my sister's friend. We're actually family. But that's another story. I told you there's skeletons. But yeah, I just, it was a lot going on. And so I think Malia tipped because it was time to go. You can only put up with so much from people until you're like, no, I'm not going to do it anymore. So that's my take on that. Fight scene was epic. What made you decide to write the fight scene in the first place? Have you been paying attention to the story? Have you seen what Malia has been going through? All the hell that she has been enduring? The fight scene needed to come. I'm sorry. You can say, well, people are like in their 30s. Do people really fight? People are really fighting. Okay. People are really picking at people. People are really lying on people. People are really, spreading gossip and, and salacious stories about people. You can't ask this question, it was coming. You could tell it was coming. You could tell it had to come, I was watching something on the news where they were showing these like prime ministers were all in this same room together from different countries, and like a fight broke out. Listen, when things get heated, fights break out. I don't care how dignified you are. I don't care what your educational level is. When people feel like they've been personally disrespected, they want to go there. But I just feel like if you see the progression of this story and you see the amount of foolishness that Malia has had to deal with from Erica, the fight scene just felt very necessary. What is y'all's ladies' take on that?
Absolutely, 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 absolutely necessary. This is like one of the best chapters so far, and all the book is so good, so juicy. But this definitely needs to happen, and it is it is a cautionary tale for y'all out there that are trying it. Like, people tend to target the ones that are weak or that look weak, or they back down, they don't say much, they try to walk away, and I've had that experience myself, because I'm very slow to anger, but once you send me over to that side, and then it's like, oh my God, why are you talking like that? Oh my God, why are you, excuse me? You dragged this whole demon out of me, and now you want to be like, oh, well, why are you yelling? I've been speaking nicely for months. Like, cut it out. So I think this was a great depiction of what could happen if you don't leave people alone. Just leave people alone. You go hurt yourself, or go hurt the people that hurt you. Go talk to your dad about it. Go talk to them folks. Go give them hell. Stop hurting people that have never done anything to you. Seek therapy, seek help, seek God. Try Jesus. Don't try me.
I agree with both of you. And what I want to say, the fight scene was epic, and just how I was able to enjoy my dinner while reading it. I think it was written very well. In English, we learned about like descriptive writing. And so good job, author. It's there. There's your kudos, your cookies, your flowers. It was epic.
Kyrie put some stank on that too. So
okay.
yeah, typo out there.
Yeah, right. Great. I mean, you guys did excellent with that fight. I think it was not too long ago we were talking about like when me and Karina fought, and how Corwin decided to hold my arms behind me, and she went ham on my stomach. It was kind of funny, like how Eva held whatchamacallit. Was it Erica or Jaleesa?
Jaleesa.
Jaleesa.
It was Jaleesa.
She held her hands behind her, and I was like, I know where she pulled that from. So, but yeah, I think it was I mean, it was a good scene. It was a really good scene, and it was needed. We all were cheering. I know I was, because I was like, finally. I'm tired of Malia always taking the high road or being the bigger person. Skip that. Get down on their level. They get low, get lower. So, yeah. That's my thoughts on that one. Praise God.
I think the arms behind their back, that came from Kyrie, actually. I didn't add that part in there. She put that part in there. I was like, that was a good idea. Yeah, that was Kyrie.
Okay, well then Karina definitely remembered why it was a good idea. She was like, hold on, that did work. I remember doing that. Yeah.
That's why she liked it so much.
That's why she liked it so much. She was like, oh yeah, I remember that.
We were kids when we had that fight.
We were, and it was instigated, At that time, Corin was a teenager. I don't even know why he was hanging with us. But he was, and he decided to stir up some mess because he was bored. And so, yeah, we were kids. It wasn't like last week or nothing. Praise God.
Not last week.
Praise God.